Right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Today, I want to talk about Chainlink and how people are making an absolute killing on it, especially today when it's been up more than 20-30%. But before that, do subscribe to the channel if you like the content that we provide on this channel. Leave likes, leave comment. Let's get in. So first, I want to talk about the market today and how they're doing. Bitcoin is up 0.3%, roughly around the same range it's been there the whole last week, slightly up to around 11,600. Ethereum's doing well, it's around 393. It's been up pretty heavily over the last month. July has been really good for these two coins. XRP is XRP. Chainlink, that's the one. $14.14. A whopping 66.7% over the last 7 days. What's going on? Why is Chainlink up so much? Right? Cardano, Cardano's doing really well as well. Their mainnet just launched. They moved to proof of stake. So Shelly hard fork was successful. End of July. Staking is going to be live end of this month. A lot of good things coming for Cardano. It's a good project. Happy to see it in the top 10 again. Down here in the list is Tezos. Tezos up as well 20% over the week. Back to 3.7 where it was pre-crash in March. Good to see it. Tezos doing well as well. Stellar around 10 cents. WeChain's up. WeChain's back to 22, so 2.2 cents. Around 30% up for the week as well. Keep moving down. Ethereum Classic had another 51% attack over the last week. I think this is the second attack that's happened on the network. And I don't know what's going on with the chain, but hey, still there. Compound is up 22%, which is good to see. Makers back to 600. Aave is another one we like here on the channel, around 25% up. Synthetics has done really well over the last 2 months. When we first bought Synthetics on this channel, that was around $1. It's gone up to $4.30. So it's already 4x from where we bought it. We love basic attention token on this channel. That's close to 26 cents now, which is good. DigiByte is up really heavily. Another one that we like on the channel is Kyber Network, which is around $1.7. When we bought it, it was around 30-40 cents. It's gone up significantly over the last 4 months, and recently, last week, it's gone up around 15% as well. All right, markets are good. Everything's looking good on the weekend. Ready for another pump next week. But what about Chainlink? Why is it up 66%? So, if you guys haven't been following the recent news about Zeus Capital and how they were spreading FUD over Chainlink on Twitter, and were giving money to influencers to talk about it and to spread more FUD about Chainlink, I guess this was a big short squeeze on Chainlink in the last 2 days where I'm not sure if Zeus has got liquidated in the position, but they should be pretty close to being liquidated at $14. Um, so the question is, Chainlink's gone up really heavily over the last 2 weeks. Should you be buying Chainlink? Should you be holding it? Should you be selling it? We at this channel like to take a low time preference approach. We're more of an investors and we really like Chainlink. The Chainlink is the data oracle solution for blockchain, and that's the big link of bringing in data feeds, and which is really crucial in the long run. I think it's one of the better holds that you can have for the coming bull run apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum. So our third big position is in Chainlink. We were in pretty early in Chainlink, around $1 to $2, so we've seen massive growth in our portfolio based on that. Are we selling Chainlink? No, we're not. There are a lot of reasons for this. The big one is I want to take a quick look at what some of the macro investors are talking about the space, and show you guys where we're heading towards. So this is Rahul Paul from Real Vision and Global Macro Investors, and I just want to play this 14-second clip on the channel and see what Rahul is saying about the digital asset space in Bitcoin specific.
People I don't think, even realize that. I only realized it when I was starting to have this hunch hunch that almost no trade matters except Bitcoin at this point. Almost everything is an inferior trade to Bitcoin.
Everything is an inferior trade to Bitcoin, huh? I like it. So if people like these are who are really big macro investors and were nowhere near the digital space a few years back are really bullish on the space, then you can just imagine where the space can go. Paul Tudor Jones is another one who jumped on into the space a few months back, and that was a big thing for the space. So if Bitcoin, if you expect Bitcoin to do really well over the next few years and go to $300,000, where the stock to flow model by Plan B is gonna take it to, then that's like a $10 trillion market cap in total for just Bitcoin, right? So, and just knowing how the market dominance work in the crypto space, Bitcoin's right now around what 60% market dominance. it's let's say even if it maintains at 60%, which is going to be really unlikely because Ethereum is going to chew up some of that, uh, then that 40% has to go somewhere, right? And even if let's just assume a crypto market cap of like $10 trillion over the next 2 years, then where would that 40% go? You should think about that. And 40% of 10 trillion is like $4 trillion, right? Market cap of Chainlink as of today is $5 billion, which is nothing compared to where it could go. So if Chainlink is going to be a top five coin in 2022, which I believe it probably would be, then we're looking at a factor of 100 from here, or if not 100, like around 50, 20x at least, right? So I expect Chainlink to be $100 coin sometime end of next year. So there's a lot of upside left to Chainlink, and that's why we're not selling. Like I said, we're a low time preference channel. We don't like to trade heavily. We like to DCA into positions and DCA out of positions. We do it dynamically when things are on the cheaper end. We put in more money, and when it goes up, we hold on. When we see 20-30% dips on the move up, we buy more, less than what we were buying initially. So that's why I'm saying it's a dynamic DCA, and then we hold on for the bull run, and then we slowly DC out of position. That's how we play the altcoin positions on this channel. We're mostly invested in Bitcoin, and then the second biggest hold is Ethereum. But whatever positions we have in Chainlink and some other coins, that's how we like to play it. So there's a huge upside left to Chainlink, in my opinion. Having said that, can it go down in the next few days or next few weeks? Of course it can. When something goes up around 100% over the last two weeks, it surely can go back to where it were, or at least a few percentage points, and we're fine with that. We're happy to hold it because our entry positions are really low, so we would still probably be in profit even if it dips. Let's say 50% from here, which would be $7 share leg, and then depending on how it goes, we'll put in more money into it if you see a major dip in it. But we like the project. We know from macro trend where this is headed, and that's why we're really confident about it. But in the short term, nobody knows, right? Like when something goes up, like I said, so much, maybe take some profits depending on how what kind of investor you are, what kind of trades you're trying to take, what's your time preference, uh, and how much you believe in the project, and what are your different holds, how much percentage points you have in Chainlink. Maybe if you have like whole portfolio in Chainlink, that's not a bad point to take some profits out and put that into some other coin, say Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? So it just totally depends. The answer, it just depends on you. You know yourself the best, right? So that's why there's no specific answer for this. But just to give you some peace of mind, that we're not setting Chainlink at this point at $14. It's relatively cheap, and I expect this to be much higher over the course of next year. Again, none of this is financial advice, so you should do your own research and due diligence, and you know yourself the best. So you're the only person who can take your own financial decisions. So keep that in mind. But like I said, Chainlink at $14 is still relatively cheap. If you want to get in, then I would recommend doing slow dollar cost averaging, putting some amount of money over the course of a week. And if you see a major dip, let's say 20-30% over the next few weeks, then put in a little more money into it, and that's how you should proceed with it. Do your own research, but it's a really good project. Uh, and I think there are bigger things ahead for Chainlink. So, and like a lot of big people in the space are talking about it. That if Bitcoin is gonna go high, some of these coins, which are really good projects, are gonna go higher as well. So keep that in mind. Long-term focus, low time preference, and you'll be fine. All right, that's all I had for this video.